If we don't hurry, we're gonna miss all the good trees.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, good to see you guys. Welcome on down. We're so glad you could join us at the Polzak Ponderosa Holiday Edition. We've got some great classic Christmas arrangements for you musically. We've got some good stories. And, well, you know where the food and the beer is, so if you're hungry or thirsty around here, it's your own fault. So come on in, stay a while, get warm from the inside out. We've got a lot to look forward to in the jerk-free zone. Come on in. All right, glad you guys could come on by. Welcome in, come in, sit down, stand up, do whatever you need to do. Get yourself something to eat, something to drink. We're glad you could make it. We've got a whole bunch of great Christmas music and holiday music in store for you right here from Holidays at the Polzak Ponderosa. Enjoy. This next song is sung all throughout the month of December, and I can't wait to sing it along with you. Anytime there's good news, go tell it from the mountain. Go shout it from the mountain. Spread the good news, friends. Good news is something that's always welcomed and always needed and helps keep the balance. Let's do some Go Tell It on the Mountain, shall we? Here we go. Over the hills and everywhere I'm gonna go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ was born. Well, go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Well, go tell it on the mountain, Jesus Christ was born. Go tell it from the mountain, friends. Spread the good news and make it last all year. sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. Was grace that brought me safely here, and grace shall lead us home. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less time to sing God's praise than when we first began. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. One of the things that I always remember about Christmas is getting a very special gift when I was 13. I'm sure you all can think about a time when you received the greatest Christmas gift ever. Maybe it was a Red Ryder BB gun. So I would like to share with you, friends, the gift that started it all. I was 13 years old, and I had been borrowing my friend's electric guitar, and my mom took note. So Christmas morning, I went out, and I hadn't really asked for a guitar, but I saw this big box underneath the tree, and I was curious about it. So after the practical gifts of toothpaste and dental floss and socks and underwear and pajamas and of course little cars, because you gotta have those in your stocking, my mom handed me this box, and I had no idea what it was. So I gently started to unwrap it, because in our house we save the wrapping paper. And I opened the box, and I could not believe what I saw. And I looked up at my mom thinking, you actually did this. I was euphoric, I was stunned. And that was back in 1993. So what I'd like to share with you right now, what I have under the tree, is my very first guitar. And I remember opening this up on Christmas morning, and at the old cardboard case, and I pulled out the student nylon string guitar. It was brand new, and you could see I've worn away the paint on the neck from many, many hours of playing, and worn that away from many hours of strumming. So I started learning by ear the 3 chords. Still a little bit out of tune. And I started learning Folsom Prison Blues. I could not put the guitar down. That May, I did my first public performance at a church camp of the worst version of Folsom Prison Blues you ever heard. But the audience was so accepting and gracious, and people like Johnny Cash, I thought, yep, this is what I'm going to do. So, friends, I wanted to share that with you because it was a thoughtful gift from my mom on Christmas morning that has been a huge inspiration in my music career. Man, 2020, it's had its challenges, both worldwide and personally for many folks. Heck, Marlene and I are facing the anxiety of 21 years of a professional performance career, and music career just stopped overnight, live anyways. But many folks are facing these fears and loneliness and etc. And it reminded me that now of all times is the time to keep moving forward. Move forward with the people who give us joy. Take the time and the strength, because it takes time and strength, to find the positivity, light, some good news, and be creative in how we support each other, as well as express goodness and love to each other. Well, I know there's a lot about 2020 that I'll be so glad to leave behind, but one of the things I'm going to take with me is my ability and strength to be able to focus on the positive and find the silver linings in any situation. I wrote this song as a reminder to myself to make sure and be able to do that. Here's a song called Silver Linings. This year is coming to its end, way different than the way it began. We've had to improvise, adapt and overcome, but we won't lose sight of the good times still yet to come. Silver linings are the light, we can see them if we choose. Along with all the bad things, there's always some good news. Silver linings will remind us of love in the darkest times. Let's all shine the light that's in our hearts and in our minds. So many new friends we have gained, and some long-time connections have remained. We may be isolated, but we're not alone. Each day we work together to create the jerk-free zone. Silver linings are the light, we can't see them if we choose. Along with all the bad things, there's always some good news. Silver linings will remind us of love in the darkest times. Let's all shine the light that's in our hearts and in our minds. sit with my brother. I'm so grateful for the love I see, and I live it every day with my true love, Marlene. Silver linings are the light, we can see them if we choose. Along with all the bad things, there's always some good news. Silver linings will remind us of love in the darkest times. Let's all shine the light that's in our hearts and in our minds. Let's all shine the light that's in our hearts and our minds. Yeah, let's all shine the light that's in our hearts and our minds. Our dad was a big fan of the movie A Christmas Story and started to show Nick and I that film when we were kids, and we watched it every year. We still do. Now it's more of a recitation because we know it so well that we start to laugh at the jokes before they come, and it never gets old, but we only watch it once every year just to keep it special. So this became a tradition with us. And Nick and I thought, now wouldn't it be cool if somehow we could find an actual leg lamp and give it to our dad? So prior to internet and stuff like that, lots of phone calls were made and research was done, and one was located in Southern California. So it was brought up, and Nick and I were so excited to give this to our dad. So that Christmas, I believe it was 2002, maybe 2003, we went over to his house in the afternoon. We would share Christmas morning with our mom and then go over to our dad's house and share Christmas afternoon and evening over there. So we rumbled up there in my 1967 Ford Galaxy 500 Fastback, and we had the leg lamp in the trunk, complete with a homemade wooden crate that my brother Nick and I put together. So, but we didn't tell the old man, we didn't tell our dad. So we went in and exchanged gifts and had a good time doing that. And, you know, right about the end of it, we're sitting around. I said, well, Dad, did you get everything you wanted? And he said, well, you know, almost. I said, oh, yeah, you know, can't have everything, but be grateful for what you have. And immediately my dad knew something was up. He was a performer. He was a magician. He was the type of guy who could look at you across a room of 30 people, make eye contact, be like, yep. And he could only see out of one eye too, so literally he would make eye contact. So I said, well, I gotta go to the bathroom, and walked out of the room and signaled Nick to keep Dad, you know, busy. So I went to the trunk of the 67 Galaxy and I opened it up. You know those Ford trunks, they always squeak. So then I took out the crate, the hand truck, and I had one of the old type hats and a burnout cigar. So I started to wheel up this crate on the hand truck, and I got to the front door. Boom, boom, boom. I said, hey, delivery here for polzak. Hey, delivery. And our dad immediately knew what was up, and he started to play along, because that's the way he rolled. So he and Nick answered the door and said, wow, bring it on in here, bring it on here. Yeah. Major award, McCloskey at the freight depot said it already come in, and it was late, so here you go. So we laid it down, and my dad just looked at it and said, fragile. It must be Italian. And my brother said, Dad, I think that says fragile. I was like, oh, right. And so he told Nick, he said, go get me my hammer and my crowbar. So we figured our dad would be so into this that he would play along. So my brother Nick had already placed a hammer and a crowbar just in the other room. He came running back, and our dad immediately just started wailing away on this thing. Bam, bam, bam. Said, boy, they really did a job on this thing. Boom, boom. And he finally gets the top off. Now, meanwhile, the plot thickens. Our stepmom really did not like this leg lamp at all, and she knew what was up, but she was just sitting so disapproving in her chair, which kind of made it more fun because it was, somebody who really didn't like the lamp. They didn't even have to act. And so, my dad's like pulling all the hay and stuffing out, and he pulled out the leg. He said, what? It's a leg, like a statue. And then Nick was like, yeah, statue. And, then I covered Nick's eyes, and he went, we were just hamming it up. So my dad's like, they must have forgotten. There could be anything else in there. So he went in there, started pulling out, and he pulled out his lamp. He said, wait, do you know what this is? Boys, do you know what this is? And he grabbed the lampshade, he put it on the leg, said, "This is a lamp! What a great lamp!" And our stepmom was just sitting there in her chair, just like, and it was just cracking us all up, including our dad. He's like, all right, turn on the lights. I want to see what it looks like from the street. I know just a place, right in our front room window. So he brings it over, and she's like, dear, don't put it there. My dad's like, oh, we have to put it there. It's a major award. I won. Huh? Damn's coming tonight. I won. Mind powers, me, mind powers. So he sets the leg lamp there, turns out all the lights, and it goes out right in the middle of the street. It was kind of a quiet street on Christmas Day, so he could stand there, and he's like, oh, you should see what it looks like from out here. And he was just broadcasting, so some of the neighbors were actually checking it out. He's like, Tom, what is this? It's a major award. I won. It's a major award. Gee, that looks like a lamp. Of course it's a lamp, you nincompoop. It's a major award. I won. Mind powers. So he was playing it, and it was glorious. It was cracking us up. And when he passed, Nick and I decided, tell you what, we are going to swap years about who gets to put the lamp in the house. So ever since 2010, when it was our dad's time to go, we have been swapping the lamp between Quincy and wherever I happen to be living. Right now, we're at the Polzak Ponderosa. So next year, the leg lamp will come down here, and it will be our year, Marlene and I's year, to have it right here at the Polzak Ponderosa. But just so I don't get lonely of the lamp, I keep this little itty-bitty replica on my amp during the entire Christmas season, just to think about our dad and how much he loved Christmas. Hey, look who dropped by! We've got the opening band from our Banjo Bonanza shows that we do every Tuesday, the High Strung Hillbilly Hamsters, at our Christmas party. They just said they worked up a special Christmas tune for us all to enjoy. So we've got the High Strung Hillbilly Hamsters, Froggy Winnabasin, and Mr. Ryan Lander on the jug. Take it away, guys!
1, 2, 1.
Mighty fine, fellas. Mighty fine. I've never heard a rendition of Jingle Bells quite like that, but you brought the hillbilly hamster magic to it. Thanks to the whole band. That was great, you guys. Yes, indeed, friends. It's time for some more gospel. Now, right now, this is one of our favorite things to do at any holiday jam, is to get together with other musicians and pick some tunes. We love picking here at the Ponderosa, and we've got some great musicians who are going to be helping us make the light shine, friends. I am beyond grateful to know each and every one of these individuals. Some I've known for a long time, some we've just met in 2020, and they already feel like family. So what we're going to do now is an old time sing-along, and we're going to pass it around. Now normally we'd all be in a big old circle here and, you know, just sharing the light and talking smart and acting stupid, just having a good time. But 2020 has its restrictions. So I just look at that as challenges, because when you have challenges, you can overcome them. Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's what we're doing. Friends, we're doing it. It's working. And we're doing it right here with Team M&M at the holiday Ponderosa party. Friends, let's pass it around. I can't wait to pass it around with Dave Stuckey and Becky Lynn Blanca, Roy Wilson, my brother Nick, and of course, Ronnie Crutcher.
Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Shine, let it shine. Now all around this big bad world, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, all around this big bad world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around this big bad world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. To anyone who needs the light, I'm gonna let it shine. To anyone who needs the light, I'm gonna let it shine. To anyone who needs the light, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, yeah. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
We're gonna let it shine. Well, from Marlene and I, we're gonna let it shine. From Marlene and I, we're gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I won't let Satan blow it out, I'm gonna let it shine. I won't let Satan blow it out, I'm gonna let it shine. I won't let Satan blow it out, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Am I gonna keep it on the down low? No! I'm gonna let it shine. Ain't gonna keep it on the down low. No! I'm gonna let it shine. Ain't gonna keep it on the down low. No! I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All us buddies do live streams, we're gonna let it shine, yeah. All us friends do live streams, we're gonna let it shine. All us friends do live streams, we're gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Ooh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
In our ponderosa, we're gonna let it shine. it shine at the Ponderosa, friends. How about it for all of our fantastic guest stars with us, helping the light shine, each and every one of them. I hope this music took hold of your heart, took hold of your spirit, and gave you the ghost. Friends, it feels good. And here we are at our holiday party at the Ponderosa. Friends, wherever you're stopping by from, you're always welcome in the jerk-free zone because you help contribute to it. And one of the things we like to do this time of year, especially, is to reminisce on old stories that bring us cheer or remind us that we are still creating the good old days. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not only a dear, dear friend, but a world-renowned musician, music historian, and all-around true gentleman, blessing us with his great spirit, which just happens to fit into Christmas as well. And who stopped by the party? None other than our friend, Happy Dave Stuckey. And Dave, we'd love it if you regale us with stories and pictures of something that's very meaningful to you this time of year.
I have to say, I do have a good Christmas story that has a little bit of Christmas magic in it.
Yes.
So I'm going to lay it on you, man.
Please do.
This is not just one memory. It was actually a memory that spanned probably 3 or 4 years when I was a kid, when I was, 8, 9, 10 years old. We would go every year from Kansas City. We would travel to St. Louis, where my maternal grandparents lived. And my other side, those grandparents would go too, and it was a whole thing. They had a slightly bigger house.
Family station wagon or something like that?
We had a country squire, my friend.
Yes.
Ride in the back so you can soak up the fumes, directly from the, so we would do that. We would go there every year, and I never thought anything about it. We never had Christmas at home, but I didn't care because it was just as fun there. I liked them a lot. And so as it turns out, a few weeks before Christmas, everybody in the neighborhood, in the suburbs where my grandparents lived, would find a note on their door that said, if you have kids and would like a visit from Santa on Christmas Eve, just leave the toys, on Christmas Eve, leave the toys out on the porch and a name, that went with, what the kid's name was, and Santa will come. And they said, wow, that sounds great. So we would be eating, that your parents make you have that big dinner beforehand, and like a kid, you're dying, it's time to open presents.
Oh yeah, every bite you're like, okay, now can I go now? Can I go now?
Oh, and then let's have coffee. Yeah, no, please, not another, no dessert, please, with coffee. Anyway, so that would happen, and then about the time we were starting to open presents, the front door would open, and Santa Claus would come in with 2 big canvas bags with toys in them, and with the ho 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 and the whole jive, and we would just be beside ourselves. Even after it happened once, we'd be blown away the next year because there he was again.
Right.
That made him valid in 2 years. So, and then maybe the 3rd year, I'm starting to really, have my doubts like kids do about that time. Is that really Santa Claus? Because I don't know. But he's there, and he's talking to us and giving us presents. I'm looking around. My dad's here. Oh, there's Dad.
Okay.
There's Granddad. He's there.
All right, check.
There's the other Granddad. Wait a minute. All the men are here. They can't be this guy.
Whoa.
So it was mind blown year after year. And so he would give us the presents. He'd talk to us a little bit, of course, called us by name. And then he would, with the ho, 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 he was out the door and gone. And the folks would be, wasn't that amazing? That was Santa, And my grandfather who lived there, he had those, he for some reason, he had a bunch of those bells on, like from a horse harness.
Yeah.
On a strap of leather, and he would usually leave one out. He'd sneak out and leave one out in the yard in the morning. He'd say, "Look at that! That must have been how he must have dropped one on his way out."
Wow.
So we loved it, and it was Christmas after Christmas. But here's the kicker.
Okay.
Till the day my grandparents died, They never knew who the guy was. Never.
Wow.
He never introduced himself. They didn't know if he was from the neighborhood, from out of the neighborhood, whatever. They'd never heard from him the rest of the year. I think it was Santa Claus. I do.
I'm with you. That absolutely. That
It's the craziest thing, man.
you can't define magic,
No, you can't. You cannot.
which is why it exists. And like I'm with you.
That's what makes it magic. They never knew. And I asked her years later, once I was an adult, I said, that was so cool on Christmas Eve. Who was that guy? She said, I don't know. I never met him.
Dave,
That's the God's honest truth, too.
I love it. And I think you have some rare photographic evidence.
I do. I have evidence.
Oh.
It's right here. And I'm going to share screen. All right.
Okay.
So look
All right.
out here. Here it comes. I'm sharing.
There. Check it out, friends.
That's me. That's my little sister, Betsy. There's my dad. There's my granddad. And the other granddad standing behind him. There's my mom right there. And there is Santa Claus.
Wow.
Looks like I got a Stetson or something that year. I don't remember.
Good taste and style were established young in this Stuckey household. Look how happy your grandfather is.
Oh, he was like the most taciturn farmer dude from Missouri but he got so tickled at this stuff. And look at that. There's the presents in the bag.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
It's so crazy.
That's beautiful.
Christmas
I love that hat, man. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
It does have a chin strap, it looks like, but I don't know.
Well, when you're a kid and you're doing all that running, you need a chin strap.
It's very true.
Sometimes on Hillbilly Fest, I wish I had a chin strap and was mountain dancing.
Fair point, man. Fair point.
Oh, man.
So that's my Christmas story.
Dave, thank you for taking the time to stop by the Ponderosa and share that with us. What is really special about this is now I'm going to remember your story as part of my Christmas and part of Marlene and I's Christmas. And hoping
I love that.
everybody watching this, that's the great thing about a story is that even if it didn't happen to you, if there's magic in it and you enjoy the story, you now have one more really cool thing to share with each other this time of year. And we take it with us, man. It's the momentum of the magic. Success is not a static point, but it's a point of just looking forward to creating the magic each day. And
it's there if you look around for it. I do appreciate you having this. This is a great idea you guys had to do this, and it's kind of like a party, the way we can do parties now. So
yeah,
it's great, man. I really appreciate it.
let's do some jolly old St. Nicholas right now. I've decided to get out the old Super 400 here, and we'll put a little hoo boy on this one because, you know, hoo boy always gets you jolly. That's, Sam Phillips used hoo boy on pretty much every Sun Records rockabilly recording there ever was. So we're gonna go over the hoo boy machine. That sounds good. We got some hoo boy happening there. Ha! Diggity dog. All right, let's get jolly with some jolly old St. Nicholas, shall we? Here we go. Stay jolly with Mr. St. Nicholas. Figured I'd get up a good old rollicking tune for you right now, friends. It's always good to do some rollicking, you know what I mean? So here we go a wassailing, but it could be here we go a rollicking. It's a good old time, you know, put the hammer down and you know, lay it out type tune. So I figured I'd pick that for you guys right here on the old 5-string. So let's get down. Shall we wassail? Wassail is like just another word for party. Yeah, and making noise is also fun. Here we go, friends. Let's make some joyful noise unto the Lord, shall we?
look who's here. My musical big brother and world-renowned and respected musician, historian, all-around great guy, and founder of Hillbilly Fest, amongst the many, many other fine attributes, as well as a celebrated author, Mr. Deke Dickerson. Deke has written a song for us. And Deke, since you're here at the party, and everybody would like to know what it is about the song.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Hello?
I think so.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, Deke, was that the old lamplighter
Sorry.
coming in?
Oh, he might have popped out for a second. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was
good.
just trying to mess with you. And I wrote this next song. It's our special 2020 Christmas number, a little thing called We Gotta Stay Home on Christmas. Here we go. Well, I ain't going nowhere. I'm hunkering down. There won't be no parties or going to town. 'Cause this year we gotta stay home on Christmas. Think of the kids and how they must feel. Instead of a Grinch, it's a virus that steals this year. We gotta stay home on Christmas. It's not hard to feel sorry for yourself, staying at home like an elf on the shelf, wearing a mask and shedding a tear. No one to toast with some warm Christmas cheer. This year has been weird, this year has been strange, but this Christmas time we'll stay home on the range. 'Cause this year we gotta stay home on Christmas. It's not hard to feel sorry for yourself, staying inside like an elf on the shelf, wearing a mask and shedding a tear. No one to toast with some warm Christmas cheer. This year has been weird, this year has been strange. For Christmas 2020, we'll stay home on the range. 'Cause this year we gotta stay home, dreaming of next year. But we gotta stay home, yeah, this year. We gotta stay home on Christmas.
I'm
Well, you know how it is. Sometimes you struggle with it for days and weeks and whatever, and then sometimes they just write themselves. Well, you know, I don't have to tell anybody out there what a strange year 2020 has been. I mean, man, you know, all of us musicians have just been put flat out of work. You know, we've taken to doing these things on the internet and scratching out a living that way. But man, just to have all your gigs go away and then come around to the holidays and you can't get together with people, you can't go to parties, you can't do our holiday gigs and stuff like that. And especially, you know, with the big surge of COVID cases that's happening right now, this one just kind of wrote itself. It's just, you got to stay home on Christmas, you know? So
Yeah, man.
it's just kind of a song about, you know, being solitary and staying home and what a drag it is, but looking forward to the future.
Yeah, and your chord changes suggest that as well as the lyrics, man. And I was impressed by it because, you know, anybody could turn around and just like write a song about just pure, just down the dumps, which, sure, a lot of us feel like that, but like when there's something this big and this global that reminds us that we truly are all on this planet together, is that we can also, find joy in the commiseration of this. Like, well, we're all got to stay home for Christmas. And you just nailed that in the song.
I think that, we'll look back on this year and think like, wow, that was really strange. But, it's not all bad because as you've probably found out, like you really find out who likes you. You know what I mean? And some of these people out there that have been sending me tips for the videos that I've been doing, and I'm sure you feel the same way. It's like, wow, there are people out there who really care about you and, don't want to see you fail or quit being a musician, because of this year. So a year like this year kind of puts everything in perspective, and that's my takeaway anyway. Yeah, man. Well, and you've been you have been busy, man. I've been watching you. You've been just doing all kinds of different stuff, and I really love everything that you do. So kudos to you for being a hardworking man.
Man, it means the world coming for you. It's Marlene was the one who had the idea to start this. And it's truly brought us together, like even closer, because we found out that we can actually work really well together, and be a couple at the same time. Man, Deke, thanks for joining the party and sharing your music and sharing the story with that and your reflections on music in 2020 in general. We're all so glad you came here. And any parting words as you head on down the trail, my friend?
Well, just, thank you for having me. And I think this is a great thing that you're doing, and I'm honored to be a part of it. And I hope that you and everybody out there listening has a great holiday season, a great Christmas, whatever you're celebrating, Kwanzaa, Festivus. I hope that you have a great one this year, and we'll come back next year and it'll be even better. But glad to be a part of your holiday at the Ponderosa, man.
It means the world. Thank you, my brother.
Music is a great thing to help us be able to listen, both to others and to ourselves. So I want to play a real beautiful melody for you that always makes me listen, both inside and around me. It's an old melody, and it's a great Christmas song as well, one called "What Child Is This?" So I hope in your listening that you find some enjoyment and go somewhere special.
I just had to look online because I have an older brother. The oldest person is my sister, and then I have a younger brother. So there's 4 of us. So my older brother would always wake us up on Christmas morning. Come on, it's Christmas. And we would go, put on pajamas, go tearing downstairs, and it was just a free-for-all. So one morning, that's really the way it was. My poor father. When I think about, I got into his line of work when I was 18, and I started at $5.40 an hour.
Roy, what was that line of work?
A steam fitter, pipe fitter, at $5.40 an hour in 1978. I can't even imagine what my father was making in 1967 when we were that old, and the fact that the Christmas under the tree was just piled up. So anyway, my older brother Johnny wakes us up. It's like, come on, it's Christmas. We go tearing downstairs. My mother had a fancy Christmas tree upstairs, one of those silver, like tinfoil ones.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't like that one. We liked our regular green one. That was her fancy one, but downstairs was the one for us kids. So we go downstairs, and it's Christmas morning, and we're just papers flying everywhere. I remember one toy. I just looked it up right now. You probably never heard of it. I don't think it was long-lived, but Tricky Tommy Turtle. It was like the first.
That's just fun to say.
Tricky Tommy Turtle, it is.
Yeah.
Tricky Tommy Turtle goes when the magic whistle blows. It was like an early clapper, because you blew the whistle and the turtle started running across the floor.
Awesome.
I just looked now to Google it to see when it came out, because I was wondering what year this was. And it was either 1967 or 68. And I'll tell you, it's going for a lot right now. Not that much, but like, $175. It was probably, $1.50 or $2 back then.
Right.
But anyway, so we're there, and we're really deep into our presents. And the garage door opens up, and here comes my mother and father coming in the door with bags of more presents. It wasn't morning at all. It was like 10 o'clock at night. Maybe 11. I mean, the stores are open, so yeah,
right,
it wasn't later than midnight. And they come in, and my brother was so excited. We never really looked to see that it was dark out. We just started tearing into the Christmas presents. We never really woke up my parents because they stayed up late wrapping things usually. So we just figured they were sleeping. And they were like, go back to bed. Go back to bed. It's not Christmas yet. They were like, what? And then we sheepishly had to walk back upstairs in our pajamas to our bedroom. And then in the morning, we kind of knew some of what we had already. But just my poor parents, everyone's parents back then, just trying to really get as much stuff as they can to make their kids happy. And it really is beautiful. It's sad too, in a way. It's sad because some things we weren't so appreciative of. But that I'll never forget that year. Tricky Tommy Turtle.
Just love it.
When my parents were yelling at us, that thing probably started up and started running across the room. Thanks, Marlene.
Here's one that helps us get the ghosts, whether you're singing it around a campfire in the summertime or singing it around a Christmas tree or around your kitchen in the wintertime. It's a tune that'll always keep you warm and always give you the ghost. And I'd love to sing it with you guys right now. One called Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Oh man, that's a chariot swinging right there. getting the ghost with you, friends. It feels good to get some good gospel music in the heart of winter or in the heat of summer. Woo! Friends, this has been a most wonderful hang with you. I'm so glad we got to share some time together, listen to some stories, celebrate music with some fantastic friends and artists, and think about things that are special to us. We're going to end right now with one of my favorite tunes of all time. Christmas or not Christmas, this song is just in my blood. It's an old Scottish tune written by Robert Burns, and he wrote this song in 1788. And the melody, as far as we can tell, goes back even further. It's an old Scotch-Irish melody that he put the words Auld Lang Syne to, which is Gaelic for old times past. And that's what I love about this, friends, is that it reminds us to keep ties to the good things and good people in our lives and not forget them and not forget our positive things of our past. So just like love, good music, friendship, community, the jerk-free zone, which we've been hanging out in, that also has staying power, friends. Remind yourself of that. Especially when it gets bad. Remind yourself of that, because that's going to be the gas in the tank of your soul to get you on through until the good times are back again. And remember, we're still creating the good old days. We still got a lot to look forward to. So I'd love for you to sing this one with me. I always think of George Bailey, and It's a Wonderful Life with this song. One of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. Put that on and check that out. You can't go wrong with Jimmy Stewart. So friends, let's get right into this one. And this certainly has been fun. Thank you again for sharing a little bit of your holidays with us. Team M&M, Marlene and I are beyond grateful that we get to share your holidays with you through music, which is the best way I know how to communicate, and through video, where Marlene is bringing this magic to your very eyes. Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Would all acquaintance be forgot and all anxiety? For all anxiety, my dear, for all anxiety, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for all anxiety. And surely you'll buy your pint cup, and surely I'll buy mine. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for all anxiety. For all anxiety, my dear, for all anxiety, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for all anxiety. We too have run about the slopes and picked the daisies fine. We've wandered many a weary foot since the days of all anxiety. For all anxiety, my dear, for all anxiety, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for all anxiety. We too have paddled in the stream from morning sun till night, but seas between us broad have worn since the days of all anxiety. For all anxiety, my dear, for all anxiety, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for all anxiety. And there's a good hand, my trusty time this has been, friends. Go out, spread the love. Find peace in your hearts, in your minds, in your spirit. Every day's a process. We're all a work in progress, friends. I can't wait to see you whenever we see you. In the meantime, happy holidays from Marlene and I to you. Much love to you, friends. Much love. The love is real. The love is real.